Welcome to my top 100 black metal albums of all time. Now, with this list, I'm going to do things a little bit differently to keep you on your toes. There's not going to be any. Most of the big name bands are not going to be here. So there's no Mayhem, Gorgoroth, Emperor, Enslaved, Burzum, Bathory, Venom, Celtic Frost. None of those bands are making onto this list, and I'm having one band per entry. So all 100 bands, all 100 albums are going to be from 100 different bands. So hopefully one of these bands you've never heard of and you can get into. And also it was a bit more fun to do it without all the big names. No Cradle, no Dimmu, anything like that. There's a couple that would slip through the cracks. Two noticeable ones that people would say they're big. One being Marduk. But I wouldn't say they're as big as the aforementioned bands. The other being Ulva. But again, they're pretty big, so I could have taken them off, but I can't be bothered, so they're going to be in the list anyway. So, without further fucking around, let's get in with my top 100 black metal albums of all time, starting with number 100, which is Balsagoth Atlantis Ascendant. That's right, we'll go fairly quick through some of these. Balsagoth, a band which is kind of mixing in the kind of power metal and epic side of black metal in, with the black metal itself. Cool vocals, cool kind of epic scope, and this whole concept about Atlantis as well is just really fun. Great fun band, very unique. Gotta make it here. Next up is Moon in the Scorpio by Limbonic Art. Symphonic black metal goodness right here. If you do like bands such as, Dimmu and Cradle, which I mentioned before, Karak Angra and stuff like that, then give Limbonic Art a try because they're probably one of the best in the actual genre. And Moon in the Scorpio is one of the best symphonic black metal albums, period. So, it's making it here. Next up, a bit different, some thrashy nature. Destroyer 666 with Phoenix Rising. This is the best Destroyer 666 album, and this is thrash up your ass. Do you want something heavy, something hard-hitting? These Australian fuckwads will fuck your brain out with this album. So good, so furious, and has to make this list. Next up, we'll calm down with some Eldamar, The Force of Ancient Land. What was it? The Force of Ancient Land. Yeah, that is correct. Force of Ancient Land. I almost said nature then. Such a peaceful album, such a beautiful album. For more atmospheric fans of like Bergtat or anything like that, you will love this album. It's kind of similar to Elderwind as well, or Agalok, but less harsh. I'd say it's less harsh, more some clean vocals in there as well. But if you like beauty, you like nature, give Eldamar a check out. Speaking of nature and stuff, Winterfilleth is next with A Divination of Antiquity, my favourite Winterfilleth album. Yeah, I could have picked the Mercian Sphere, The Reckoning Dawn's also good. They have a lot of good albums, but this one is just, I don't know, it tickles my fancy. I have a ranking on the channel, so you can check that out if you want, and this is number 1, so yeah, I love it. It's coming here. Next up, we're going to thrash you in the ass again. It's Disaster with Divine Blasphemies. This is such a great thrashy black metal album. Holy shit. I almost put the first album on here because it's a bit more evil, but this one just has those riffs, has that catchy nature, and it pummels you until you can't walk. I fucking love it. Next up is Naglfar with Vitra. Vitra, another kind of melodic / symphonic black metal band, and I really like them. I really like them quite a lot, and this is probably my favourite album by them. I could pick like quite a lot of their albums. A lot of them are quite good. Even the later ones, some of them are actually quite fantastic, but for me, Vitra has always been my favourite, so here it is. Next up, we're going Middle Eastern. Melekesh with As Jerusalem Burns. Oh, yes, this album is fantastic. I love the influence of this like Middle Eastern theme within the music. It's very sparring as well. It's not forced down your throat all throughout the music, because it's got the heaviness, the black metal, and then little sprinkles of it, kind of like Nile, and I love Nile, so this is like the black metal Nile, so fuck yes. This band's awesome. This album, fucking furious. Next up, Mutilation with Black Millennium, Grizzly Reborn. Such a weird title, but yeah, this album is for those raw black metal fans. Very, very evil, very raw, and very catchy, I think. A lot of people prefer the debut, Vampires of the Black Imperial Blood. Me? Nah. The second one. The second one's where it's fucking at. I do like the first one as well, though, but yeah, Black Millennium is my cup of tea, And also Sorrow Galaxies. Underrated. Love it. But yeah, Mutilation, great band. Oh, has to check. What the fuck was that? Has to come onto this list. Speaking of weird, that's a good segue. Aesop Trillium, Dive Requiem for the Serpent Telepath, which I think I have a fucking physical copy. Yes, I do. Get out here, you bastard. There we go. It's like a DVD. It's a fucking DVD cover. Yeah. Amazing album. I just hate that they've done it in a fucking DVD shape rather than a CD shape because it doesn't fit in with the fucking rest of them, but such weird alien-like vocals, weird alien-like spirit, and if you like spacey stuff, give this a fucking listen, because it's good. Next up is Ethereal with Nord. Holy crap, this album is fucking icy cold and just catchy as all hell. Kind of similar to like Emperor, so if you like Emperor, you should check Ethereal out, and the album Nord is probably the best. And yeah, just fucking listen to it. Just do it. Questy told you to. ... and Oceans. And Oceans is next with the Dynamic Gallery of Thoughts. This album's pretty underrated. This whole band's pretty underrated as well. They had a recent album out this year. Pretty damn good, but this one is my favourite. Symphonic, melodic, but the melodies aren't overbearing. It's not super just bombastic. It is kind of in the background, but no, they just do what they do and they do it good. And this album just, it's fun. It's a nice, pleasant black metal listen. It's not like Mutilation or Vlad Tepes or anything like that. It is on the more like Limbonic Art kind of side of things. But if you like that, then check out And Oceans' album because it's pretty damn good. Next up is Void Omnia with Dying Light. You know I like my spacey shit. I've already had a couple already. This one is another one to add to that collection. Not a lot of albums. In fact, I don't know if it's just 1 or 2 albums they've done, or an album and demo, but this album just fucking amazing. Love this kind of atmosphere, this kind of vibe. If you want something like Aesop Trillium, something like Mea Cognitum, Spectral Law, Darkspace, then look no further. Void Omnia has you covered. Next up is Hecate Enthroned, The Slaughter of Innocents, and then a big ass fucking long album title, which I'm not even going to fucking say. This is some English black metal. What is going on? England doing black metal? What the fuck? Yeah, it's actually fantastic. It is on the symphonic side of things, just like Limbonic Art and some of these others that I've been mentioning. Again, the melodies, catchy, songs are earworms, the vocals are just shrieky and fantastic. Hecate Enthroned, pretty... Whoa, don't die, Questy. Hecate Enthroned, pretty underrated band, and I've got to rep them on this list. Next up is Dhow Decadence, one of the latest albums on this list. This came out like last year, I'm pretty sure. 2 songs on the album. 2 songs. They're both like 20 minutes long. They're such a slow burn songs, and then they hit with like dance elements in the middle and chanting. Kali, Kali, Kalima. It's too good. Too fun. I fucking love it. If that sounds crazy to you, go give it a listen, because you might just enjoy it. Next up is Msarfin with Arrival, which I'm pretty sure I do have physical, but I didn't actually bring it out for some fucking reason because I'm going to need it. But yeah, Msarfin, another spacey kind of band with a bit more of like trance elements. So if you like stuff like Mysticum, bands like that, or the aforementioned Dhow, the aforementioned album, you'll like Msarfin. Great stuff, and Arrival's probably their best album. Very good. Very good. Very nice. Next up, we're going to go Doomy with Veraphon and His Majesty at the Swamp. Ooh, some Greek Hellenic black metal. Veraphon, amazing fucking band, and this album's sludgy, it's slow, it's dreary, it's like this evil, drowning in a swamp kind of black metal, and I love it. Next up is Paysage de Hiver with Involved. Another recent one, very long album, like 2 hours long, but the cold atmosphere, it feels like you're in the forest. It feels like you are strolling through the forest when there's snowflakes all around you. It's beautiful. The shrieks are just harrowing. I love it from start to finish, and I think it's one of the best. It is. That's why it's on this list and no other is. So, fuck you. This album, Involved, it's glorious. Next up is Blood of Kingu, Dark Star? Blood of Kingu, Dark Star on the Right Horn of the Crescent Moon. Holy fucking shit, that's like some Inquisition title. Blood of Kingu. This is like side project of like drudkh, Hate Forest, but Blood of Kingu is more on the death metal side. It's like black and death, but the vocals are just so eerie, so evil. More like Hate Forest vocals than drudkh vocals. But it pounds you. pounds you, pounds you into dust, as Corpse Grinder would say. Fucking love it. If you want some heavy-ass black metal, check out Blood of Kingu. Underrated. I love my Ukrainian black metal, and this is Ukrainian black metal, so fucking check it out. Next up is Obsequate, Aria of Venereal Tombs. This is a lot different, not as pummeling, more on the beauty side of things, and the kind of medieval style black metal, which is very interesting to me. I love Obsequate. I didn't know whether to put this or the Farms of Sorrowed Kings. Love them both, but for me, this one edged it by a centimetre. It could change tomorrow, who fucking knows. But yeah, if you like some like medieval style black metal on the folky kind of side of things with an epic edge, like fans of like summoning, you know, give it a check, give it a chance. You know, might surprise you, might make you fucking hard. Next up is Mork Grinning with, I can never pronounce this, Tusen Ar Hargat. Definitely fucked that one up. This is a classic. You probably all know this one. You probably all seen the album cover with the fucking angel, the demons like, I'm gonna fucking attack. Love it. Love it. Melodic as fuck. Riffs are great. Vocals are great. What more can I say? This is one of the classic ones. You should all check it out and all listen to it if you haven't right fucking now. We're going spacey again. Odium, Sad Realm of the Stars. Holy shit, this is just a fantastic fucking album. And I got the chance to see Odium this year as well, and it was magical. They even played a new song, and I was like, holy shit. So yeah, fans of like Void Omnia, Mercognitum, Battle Dagger Off, go give Odium a listen. This album is a classic album for any fans of spacey black metal. Give it a listen. Next up we have Siri Gongor, Onwards to the Spectral Defile. What a sick fucking title that is. Holy shit. And what sick art. Obviously inspired by Lord of the Rings, one of the greatest movie franchises of all fucking time. Ignore the TV shit. Yeah. Oh, this album is great. The vocals are just so unique as well. I love it. There's even like cool guitar parts in here, not just like riffs all the time. I think it's a fantastic band. Underrated. So many good albums. This one just happens to be my favourite. Sirith Ungol's pretty good as well, but Sirith Gongor is where it's fucking at. Next up is Ancient Wisdom for Snow-Covered the Northland. Holy shit, this album is fucking fantastic with solos and stuff. This is a very doomy album, very doomy. It is icy cold and does feel like you're in a forest like involved, but like the slow nature of it after the first song is just so good, and I like my doom, and it does feel like Black and Doom album in the snow while you're dancing and singing with some Nords. So yeah, fuck it. Sounds like a match made in heaven to me. Next up is Die Catafalque with Vedak. Fairly recent one. I love this album. The newest album is great, a lot heavier, but this one just has so many different styles in different songs, female vocals, just all the different instrumentation. It just, I don't know. It's a culmination of everything he's done, and I think it comes together perfectly on this album. Very weird, very experimental, very unique. One that you definitely have to experience to enjoy. So yeah, Vedak. Give it a listen. Next up is Ergo Hal with Goatcraft Torment. Such a fantastic fucking album. Evil, just raw, just ferocious, satanic fucking black metal. Got the chance to see these guys this year as well, and they put on a hell of a show. Fucking hell, love the aesthetic, love the flames, love the evil nature of it. 2 singers as well, crazy, I didn't even know that. Yeah, love these guys, and this album happens to be my fucking favourite. So good, riffs are insane, catchy as all hell, give it a whirl. Next up is Seth, and I will never be able to pronounce that. Les Blesseurs de Lien? I guess so. This is an evil album, but very beautiful as well. The shrieks are fantastic, but the melodies and the guitar parts, oh yeah, they sing to my soul. Such an underrated band as well. Beautiful, beautiful black metal right here, and one everyone needs to download or purchase or whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. Most of my ones, like I got a big stack of fucking CDs here and another one next to me. Loads behind me which aren't even on the list, which probably should be. But I've started my collection recently, so I've only been getting the top of the top. So when we get near the top, that's when I'll be pulling out these bad boys. But yeah, amazing album. Next up is Emin Mule with Turin Turamba Dagni Glarunga. How the fuck am I supposed to remember that? This as soon as I saw the album cover, I was like, I gotta check this out. And as soon as I heard it was like summoning, I was like, yeah, I gotta check this out. And fuck me, it is. It's like summoning fucking had a clone, osmosis or some shit. And but it's in its own way. It's just as good in its own way as them. It's not complete copycat, but for fans of it, you will like Emin Mule, and I fucking think you should check them out, because I reckon you'll have a new favourite band. We're going long now. We're long shalong. Midnight Odyssey, Funerals from the Astral Sphere. Here we fucking go. This is such a such a journey. This one is. Midnight Odyssey has a lot of long albums, and this one is way over 2 hours. So if that sounds daunting, it is. But it's so rewarding when you're listening to it. You want a quiet time in nature. Throw this on. Beautiful, sends you places. Love it. Oh, we're getting controversial now. Peste Noire with Folk Fuck Folly. Hell yeah, this one is risen. It was my second favourite, now it's my favourite. Love the chaotic nature of it. Love how harsh it is. Love the riffs in it. It's just fucking chaos all throughout. Catchy as all hell. Rank them on my channel again. Go check that out. Love most of their albums. They don't really have a dud, and I think this one is my favourite right now. Really furious. Some people don't like it, but, you know, fuck you. Love it. Yeah, it's coming here on this list. Next up is Weakling, Dead as Dreams, another classic. If you put in red, rate your music, it'll be like one of the top rated black metal albums of all fucking time. For me, it's like middle of my list, but I still love it. Melodies throughout, amazing. The haunting shrieks, amazing. So, yeah, solid black metal. I'm not going to not take it on just because it's popular. Fuck it, it's on my list, it's right here. Speaking of popular, Belphegor. Yeah, I know, this is a fairly big band, but fuck you. Belphegor Bondage Goat Zombie. Oh, I love this. How catchy is this fucking album? Bondage Goat Zombie. That sounded like Cannibal Corpse. But yeah, black and death metal in the vein of like mid-behemoth. Can't get much better than that. Can't get much better. I love Belphegor. The live shows are so fun, so heavy. And this album is just the funnest one. I love all the fun songs on it. Fun. Black metal shouldn't be fun. Fuck you. Well, I say, fuck you. You could be fun as all these albums are fun. Why don't you go pull that stick out your ass, you fucking cunt? Anyway, what's next? What we got next? Forgotten Tomb, Springtime Depression. Forgotten Tomb. Amazing DSBM band, and Springtime Depression just so happens to be my absolute favourite. They have a lot of good ones. Even the one recently they did with kind of the weird, like, water going down. That's pretty good. Songs to Leave is pretty damn good. This one is my favourite. Springtime Depression. It hits you harder. Love DSBM. Love Forgotten Tomb. Love this album. Next up is Vargrav with Reign in Supreme Darkness. This one is like an Emperor kind of clone. Not clone, but if you was gonna pair it to anything, it would be Emperor, like in the Nightside Eclipse or something like that. Very melodic, very symphonic, and just very moody and evil. It kind of is like a sonic landscape when you're listening to it. You can feel you're in the artwork when you're listening to it, which is great, and that's what music should do, transport you places, and this one does. Next up is Nagelfar, the German Nagelfar, with Hunnen Grab I'm Herbst. Hunnen Grab I'm Herbst. This is more on the pagan side of it, which I love. It's one of my favourite genres, pagan black metal. I love them. Shit like Windir, Nocturnal, Mortum, you know, bands of that nature, Arcanum. And this falls in line with that, but the riffs here, so good, vocals, amazing, underrated. Say what you want, you know, which Nagelfar's better. It doesn't really matter, I love them both, so fuck it, they're both on this list. Oh, we're getting weird again. Aranzi Bazuzu with Mukalainen Pulu. This is the Spaceman one. This is such a weird and eerie band. It does feel like you're in the deep recesses of space. Lost in space. With some alien life forms, and this is the only weird shit to keep you company. But oh boy does it. Gives you a nice little tug, reach around. And yeah, the music is fantastic. The music is like a big warm hug from an alien creature. If that sounds good, go give it a listen. Next up is another classic, Kvist for Kunsten Ma v Evig Vike. I've got the list right there, that's why I keep looking that way. Another classic, just like Weaklings one. This one's a bit more underrated, and I think I like it a bit more, which is why it's higher on the list. The melodies are better, the guitar's better, the screaming's better. I don't know, I just like this album quite a lot, which is why it's fairly high. Classic though, everyone should check this one out if they haven't done. Kvist, great band. Anyway, Goatman, Finnish Steel Storm, fantastical black metal. Furious, riff heavy, great vocals. They have so many good albums, even one this year, or last year, sorry. Once Was Not, Shall Be Again. Was that the one? The one with the eagle and the cool art? Fantastic fucking shit. Masters of riffs, masters of melody. Love it. What have we got next? What's next on the agenda? Shining with 5 Halmstead. There we go, some more DSBM and very, very depressing shit. And this is the catchiest, one of the catchiest DSBM albums. Nicholas is just a fucking madman. It comes across definitely on this album. Unhinged, fucking glorious shit. Love it. Alright, next up is Jevel and another one I can't pronounce, Naskrida Natten Sort. This is the latest album by Jevel and I just loved it. Especially live when I saw them. The atmosphere, this is atmospheric black metal. In the kind of raw sense, but not too raw, it still has the beauty within. But I think they're just one of the best atmospheric black metal bands around. With the candles on stage, just has this eerie atmosphere, the fog. Love them, love this album, it's gonna make it here. Next up is Horden Rife with Nid Hymne av Hat. Fuck, the boat one, okay? The boat one. Furious fucking black metal. This is intense, this is heavy, this is also melodic and catchy, which is very hard to do. Very heavy, very raw, but also catchy. Probably one of the catchiest black metal bands I've heard in a long time, so yeah, Horden Rife, fantastical shit. They've only got like 3 or 4 albums, so just go binge them. Just fucking do it. Next up is Carpathian Forest with Through Chasm, Caves and Titan Woods. This is like the demo album, which I think is the best release, to be fair. Love the raw nature of this album. Love all the songs on it. It just has this energy that none of the other albums can match. And it stands ahead on its own fucking mountain, because nothing can beat it. It's that fucking good. It's that classic of a black metal. Nothing of the other discography comes even fucking close. Next up is Kills Melano, which I'm pretty sure I did bring out. Did I? Yes, I did. Yeah, there it is. Melano. Cleese. Cleese, is it? Kills? Don't really know. Don't really care. Bloody fantastic, evil black metal. And it has an unsettling feel. Your hairs will be raised on the back of your neck. Fucking spine tingling. Next up, more DSBM, Zasfer to Violate the Oblivious. My favourite Zasfer album. They have a lot of good ones. Nocturnal Poisoning. Telepathic with the Deceased. But this one just happens to be my favourite, because I just feel it's more catchy than the others. It has better riffs. And I don't know, it speaks to me more. Speaks to me more. So it's here. Next up is Kroda, Cry to Me, River. Kroda, Ukrainian black metal, pagan, beautiful, my kind of music. My kind of music. For fans of Nocturnal Mortum, you will like Kroda. You will like Kroda. No doubt about it. Beautiful stuff. Great vocals. Great atmosphere. Great nature. Give a fucking listen. Next up is Archgoat with the Whore of Bethlehem. Furious fucking war metal. Crazy shit just blasts you over the face with pummeling insanity. That sounds good to you? Archgoat is your band. For fans of like Blasphemy, that kind of zone, Bestial Warlust, you like that shit, or Destroy 666, you'll probably like Archgoat. Next up is Mysticum in the Streams of Inferno. Some cool, unique black metal with like dancey edge trance elements in. Oh yeah, kind of like Mysaphim, but I don't know, it's a bit better. This album is a bit better. I love it. Planet Satan's also very good. But for me, in Streams of Inferno, always been the best, so it's here. Next up is Tark with Dodskvad. I love this album. I've got a ranking on the channel. I could have picked Debut, could have picked the fucking classics. One which I completely fucking forgot with the banjo solo in. Very good, but no, this one is the best. Mixture of the best of like the early shit and the more catchy stuff together as one. Fantastic album, flawless, I love it. Next up, we've got to talk about Abigor with Opus 4, the more spacey Abigor album. Very unique, very cool in the discography, very different to everything else, and of course I'm gonna pick the fucking spacey one. Come on, who am I? I'm Questy, right? Yeah, he's picking the spacey one. Abigor, fantastic band. There's so many good albums. You know, Natchminen, however you say it. Channeling the Quintessence of Satan. Too many fucking good, but I'm picking Opus 4. So, it's my list. So, fucking sit and spin, baby. Sit and spin. Alright, Campfire next with Melum Skogladi Acer. Why does every band that I like have to have a stupid fucking title I can't pronounce? I know it's in a different language, but still, fuck your languages. Me, ignorant Brit. Or I'll be English, or fuck you. Yeah, Campfire, great fucking pagan black metal with atmospheric edge, icy cold, riffy as fuck. Love them. Love them. The latest one they did as well was really good with everyone dancing around the fucking fire. And the one with the Medusa head. Can't remember the names, and even if I did, I wouldn't be able to pronounce them, so there's no fucking point. But Alma I can remember. Yeah, great discography, great band, and this one just happens to be my favourite. Hades, Dawn of the Dying Sun is next. Ooh, Hades is a very underrated band. They changed into Hades Almighty. This is definitely my favourite. It has that powerful atmosphere, powerful energy to it. Great melodies, great screaming. And I had it on my previous list when I did top 50 black metal bands. Or albums, sorry. And now it returns. So it stayed in here. Diabolical Masquerade with Nightwork. Going back to the symphonic shit now. This is one of the best. I almost put Raven Dusk in my heart because they're very close and maybe tomorrow it'll change. But Nightwork for me just edges it out a little bit. Fairly recent-ish album, like 2000, something like that. But, yeah, it's very good. You like symphonic black metal? Check out Diabolical Masquerade. Total Self-Hatred with Total Self-Hatred. This is just furious, evil DSBM. Pure hatred. Corvus's vocals is just fucking insane. I love it. It's one of my favourite DSBM albums and bands. It evokes pain like no other can. Fantastic shit. If you like Shining and stuff like that, then check this out. Enter the Moonlight Gate. Lord Belial, Enter the Moonlight Gate. Oh, what a fucking classic this is. Again, with the symphonic, melodic, well, more melodic black metal with this one actually, but so good. So from the art, you know what you're going to get yourself in for. You know it's going to be good. Lord Belial do not do bad albums, and this one is not bad. It's not even mediocre or meh or mid. It's fantastic and worth your time and your listens and your ear holes. Elysium Blaze, Blood Geometry. Now we're talking about some funeral doom / black metal. Fucking over 2 hour album, just like Midnight Odyssey. Creepy as fuck, evil as fuck, depressing. It's everything I love in a cosmic package. How can I not have this high? It's just against the law to not have to have this low. If you had it low, it's against the law. So I know Shane would fucking hate that, but you can suck my ding dong. Oh, what we got next? Ethereal Shroud, They Became the Falling Ash. Some atmospheric black with only like 3 songs or 4 songs on the album. Very long, over 10 minutes long. Again, similar vibe to the Elysium Blaze. Very beautiful, very atmospheric, very doomy as well. Beautiful shrieks, beautiful screams, and I love them. Horna, Horna, Horna. Next up we have Horna. I just did a ranking for them, so you know what's going to be here. It's Aini Yosa. Yeah, that's the concept album about the Black Death. With the cool woman on the cover. Covered in rats. Don't sing Ghost in a fucking 100 black metal. Yeah. Love Horna. Love this album. It just speaks to me more. It's more doomy. It's more dirgy. It's more evil. So yeah, it's coming here. Next up, your butt is Grand Belial's Key with Judas Beast Assassination. That's right. This is when everyone starts crying. I love this band, and they don't have a bad album. Some better than others, but this one is just a piece de resistance, the best of the best. The riffs here are fucking so goddamn good. So what do you like Argo Slate more? Do you like Grand Belial's Key more? Grand Belial's Key for me, because I'm a black metal fan. Grand Belial's Key's better. I love the riffs within this album. Holy fucking shit. It's Riff City. If you want riffs with your black metal, then give this album a check out. As long as you're not a pussy. Give this album a check out and give it some love. I really want it on CD. I can't find it though. But I really want it. Yeah, love Grand Belial's Key and love this album. Next up is Necromantia with Scarlet Evil Witching Black. Ooh, Hellenic black metal. And this album is just fucking flawless. Perfect compilation of the scene. Aside from my next pick, which is Rotting Christ, Thy Mighty Contract, which I'm wearing. Again, same as Necromantia. Perfect encapsulation of that scene. Raw, evil, but catchy. Greek black metal has this kind of weird riffing style that and sound that no one else really sounds like. As soon as a Greek black metal band comes out, you're like, oh, that's Greek. You can tell it's fucking Greek. That's Hellenic black metal. I don't know how they do it, but it definitely has a certain sound, and it sounds fucking good. If you checked it out, you'll know what I'm talking about. Love Running Cries, love Necromantia, and they're both here. Here's Ulva with Nathan's Madrigal. Told you Ulva will be in here, and this is the most raw, the most raw album I've ever heard in my entire fucking life. Take your Vlad Tepes and your Mutilations. This is raw fucking goodness. When it comes on the radio, it just scares the shit out of me because of how just powerful it is. Fuck me, melodies are great, art's great, it's so great. Next up is Graveland. Oh fuck, he's just from every single racist. Fuck you. Pagan's great. Graveland, 1,000 Swords is such a good album. Holy shit. It's my kind of album. The melodies, the folky nature of it, just the album cover, just everything speaks to me. Anything like that just speaks to me. You know what I mean? Like anything pagan like that, just, I know I'm gonna like it. I just know it. Because my favourite band, well, we'll get to that actually. But yeah, Graveland, great band. I will do a ranking of them very soon, so watch out for that. Eternus Beyond the Wandering Moon, another classic, which I mentioned recently. This is such a good album as well. Very theatrical. Very, not as theatrical as, say, like Bats of Goth or something, or Limbonic Art, but theatrical in a spooky way. You know, in a spooky way. Very melodic, great stuff, and it's a classic, so everyone should go check it out after this video, or even pause this video and go check it out right now. Next up is Elderwind, The Colder the Night. This album is just amazing. All their albums are fantastic. Elderwind is like, it's like Eldamar, but with less of the cheesy stuff. I know, just put it in my list and I was slamming them. I don't mean to slam it that much, but you know what I mean? It's more like it's atmospheric black metal, but more on the evil side of things, with just amazing melodies, and the screaming's just better. I don't know, it's just a fantastic fucking band. Everyone needs to check out, because all their albums are just flawless. Oh, Arcturus. Weird one. The Sham Mirrors. Holy shit, this is a fucking phenomenal album. I used to only like Aspera, the first album, because it's a bit more black metal-y, but this one is like avant-garde shit. I fucking love it. I fucking love it. The weird vocals, just the concept of everything, how everything sounds. This is a journey. This is different to everything you'll hear on this list. It's like a space adventure. It's so, you just gotta listen to it. You gotta listen to it. Free your mind, and you'll get into it. Saw them this year as well. It was so fun. Everyone dressed up as different stuff. I loved it. Even Hellhammer on the drums. Crazy. Love this band. Love this album. It's a 10 out of fucking 10. We're getting closer now. Next up is Sargeist with Let the Devil In. Sargeist, Finnish black metal legends. Members of Horner. So good. So evil. One of the best names in Finnish black metal, and I gotta mention them, and this album just happens to be my favourite. Kaladin Brood, which I actually do have. I just gotta fucking find it. It's not in that pile. There we go, you little shit. Kaladin Brood, Echoes of Battle. Fantastic, epic black metal. Like some of the best you'll ever get. I do slightly prefer Summoning and another band I'll mention in a sec. But Kaladin Brood is still a 10 out of 10. This album is fantastic, and if you have it top, then no problems here. I love it. Next up is Thy Light with Suicide Depression. One of the best DSBM albums. Just fucking amazing. Thy Light is just better than all the rest. Aside from one, which we'll get to in a sec. But better than all the rest, it's just, they just do it better than everyone else. Just the melodies are just more interesting. The sound is better. I don't know. Just go check out Thy Light. It's one of the best DSBM bands around, so fuck you. Check it out. Next up is Magua with Exercises in Futility, the classic choice. Yep, it's moody, it's catchy, it's rhythmic, it just keeps you in this pulse the entire way through and your head banging. The song Exercises in Futility 4 is just a fucking masterpiece, and 5 is great as well. But yeah, 4. Oh boy, just go listen to that. Magua, quite a big player in the game now. I like that because their albums are all goddamn good. Next up is Arcanum with Fran Marder. More Ukrainian black metal, and this is again like that pagan side of things. Really interesting stuff, cool folky elements, cool screams, lot of good albums, but Fran Marder just so happens to be my favourite. Next up, I have another prop. Hate Forest with Purity. Hate Forest, side products of Drudkh and Blood of Kingu, which we've mentioned Blood of Kingu. We haven't mentioned Drudkh yet. Spoiler. Hate Forest is just fucking amazing. It's more on the evil side, more on the heavy side. Furious vocals, furious shit. Evil as all hell. You gotta give it some love. Oh, we're getting to more props now. That's the wrong way. Parakletos by Decibel Omega for the more avant-garde black metal evil, and this has always been my favourite. More on the dissonant side, Mythico is a genius. I love it. It's furious, it's crazy, it's hard to get into, but once you're hooked for life. Love it. Next up is Gehenna with the First Spell. Recently did a Gehenna ranking, and this, which isn't even a debut, it's like the first demo, is my favourite release by them. It just has the eerie atmosphere, it just has the perfect combination of the sound, kind of like I was talking about with Carpathian Forest. Same thing goes for Gehenna, but this is a fucking masterpiece, and I need this one. I don't have this one for some reason, but I needs it. Next up, more Ukrainian black metal, Elusive Fang with On the Sortilege of Christianity. This is a fucking masterpiece. I'm annoyed because I want to do a ranking for this band, but they have so many releases that I'm kind of like, oh fuck, this is going to be hard. This is going to be really hard, but I will do it eventually, I'm not going to pussy out. But this album, oh my god, every time I listen to it, I'm shocked and floored by how fucking good it is and how no one talks about Elusive Fang. I've never heard anyone talk about Elusive Fang on this fucking channel, but here we go. I'll give you my recommendation. Go check this album out. It's fucking good. Here we go. Next up, we have Battle Dagger Off with Abyss Horizons. That's right. We are going back into the stars with Battle Dagger Off, which is one of my favourite spacey kind of black metal bands. And I just realised on this list I missed off Mechanitum. What a dickhead. I do have a split by them soon, though. Yeah, I love Battle Dagger Off. It does feel like you're lost in a black hole while listening to this album, and it just brings a smile to my face. So goddamn good. Next up is Judas Iscariot with Heaven in Flames. My favourite Judas Iscariot album. I just think it has the best of all the eras within. Most cohesive sound. It's not as raw as the early stuff, but the drumming's way fucking better. Because the first two albums, well, the first album especially, I was like, second album. After that, I think they're a band that got better and better. I do. I think they're a band that got better and better and better. And Heaven in Flames, I think, is their peak. Love it. To Embrace the Corpse is Bleeding, though. Ooh. I do like A Great Eternity as well. Actually, fuck it. They're all good. Fuck you. They're all good. But yeah, that happens to be my favourite. Next up is Abzu with The Son of Tifereth for some more thrashy black metal, but with a fun vein. And Abzu's vocals, Prescriptor McGovern, is just crazy fucking shit. If you want something unique, something fun, then Abzu is the band for you, and Son of Tifereth just so happens to be my favourite. Next up is Satanic War Master with Carillion Satanist Madness. Holy fucking shit, I can't miss off Satanic War Master, can I? No, I fucking can't. Wells' vocals are just so fucking good on this. It's so catchy, so memorable, and it happens to be one of my favourite black metal albums of all time. So yeah, love it. It's here. Next up is Dawn, not Slaughter Son. I think that's pretty good, but I don't think it's the best. The best is Nea Solon Gar Nipper for Evoga, whatever the fuck. That album, That album is so goddamn good. Holy shit. Holy shit. It's, I don't know, it's a bit rawer than Slaughter Sun, but I feel like it's catchier. I feel like the melodies hit more, and I feel like the atmosphere is just better than Slaughter Sun, which I still love, and it could easily be here, but nah, this one for me, hits me in here. Hits me in my cholesterol-filled fucking arteries. Next up is Vinterland. Welcome to my last chapter. Yeah, classic. Another classic, kind of like the Kavis and the Weaklings. You've got to mention Vinterland, and this one is just a beautiful, melodic masterpiece. If you don't think so, then I don't know what to say. You got rocks in your brain. When you move around like this, it's probably like some fucking fucked up washing machine. Gone mad from all these albums. Do you know what's not mad, though? My next pick. Spectral Laws Free. Ooh, what a fucking amazing... Look at that little baby playing with a skull. Fucking weirdo. Love this album. Such a trip. Long songs, cosmic, just drifts you off into another dimension. If you like stuff like that, then give Spectral Law a chance and a listen. Next up is Moon Sorrow with Kiventakadajara. The one with the pillar, the symbols on in the snow. Yeah, what can I say? Moon Sorrow, great pagan black metal, progressive as well. You got some clean singing mixed in with the screams, cool melodies, cool folkish atmosphere. Moon Sorrow don't have a bad album, and this one just so happens to be my favourite, which I've got a ranking on the channel, so you can go check that one out as well. Now here comes the other DSBM album I was talking about, 10th Sublevel of Suicide by Leviathan. I know he doesn't like being called DSBM, and fair enough. But I'm going to call this DSBM anyway. The rest of the discography, no. Yeah, it isn't. But the debut, come on. Come on. Don't kid yourself. It is. The rest, yeah, whatever. Experimental, cool, progressive. But this first one is definitely the king. Not even the king, the poster child of it. From the art, to the lyrics, to the music held within, it literally fucking is. And I love it for that. I wouldn't have it any other way, and that's why it's on this list and none of the fucking others are. I love this album to pieces. It's just magical. It's fucking magical. It's 10 out of 10. Best DSBM album ever made. Most depressing album ever made. Ticks all the boxes. It's fucking that goddamn good. Love it. Next up is Old Man's Child with the Pagan Prosperity. Old Man's Child, melodic black metal legends. And of course one called the Pagan Prosperity is going to be one of my favourites. Ice cold atmosphere, pagan nature, just cool rhythms, cool atmosphere. I love it to pieces. If you've watched my recent brackets, it went pretty high in the melodic one or the symphonic one. Yeah, it's just that good. And this band is underrated. I think Old Man's Child needs more love. Next up is Obtain Enslavement with Witchcraft, one of the best symphonic black metal albums ever made. It doesn't get enough love. Witchcraft, great stuff. Next up is Evil Feast, Elegies of the Stellar Wind, another band that doesn't get much love. Evil Feast needs more. This is one of the best atmospheric black metal bands around, because it's so evil and atmospheric. It's not just pagan atmospheric, not just spacey atmospheric, evil atmospheric. You don't get many of them. So I love it. Breath of fresh air. Breath of pungent, corpsey air in a graveyard. Love this shit. Hey, let's talk about some furious fucking Marduk, Panzer Division Marduk, craziest shit ever. Christ-raping black metal, fist fucking gods planning, baptism by fire! Every single song just, it breaks your neck with ferocity. Fuck you, fuck this album, it's that goddamn good, I love it. Next up is Nexus Polaris by Covenant. One of my favourite symphonic black metal albums of all time. I love the art as well. It reminds me of like puppets like Jim Henderson Company or something. You know what I mean? Like Dark Crystal, whatever it's called. Just so good. And the music within, even better. The Muppets making an album. Gotta check that out. Come on. Next up is Anal Nafrak within the Constellation of the Black Widow. Constellation of the Black Widow. It's the best. Come on, it's got the most darkest Enel songs. It's furious. It's the perfect combination of everything they've done. Hell is Empty, yeah, it's pretty cool. I do have the album, I could have brought that out. And, I mean, Codex Necro is the most evil, but there's something about it in the Constellation which just hits me harder. Songs are more catchy. Fuck it. It's here. Uh-oh. Inquisition time, or ominous doctrines of a perpetual mystical macrocosm. For some reason, I've said that so many times, just got stuck in my head. The song, Astral Path to Supreme Majesties, is just so goddamn catchy and memorable. It's an earworm, and I fucking love it. I love Inquisition, and this album just drags me in, sucks me off every fucking time. Get more props out now. Aquilus with Bellum 1. I know, not Grecius, which I do have. Bellum 1 is my favourite. I don't know why. I feel like the classical parts of it just draw me in more. I feel like it's more beautiful of an album. Even though the first one's still beautiful, but this one just hits me harder. It's, for fans of like, it's like a black metal Opeth. But that kind of sounds like Enslaved. You know what I mean? It's Opeth mixed with classical music, mixed with atmospheric black. Blend them together, you've got Aquilus, and this album is just flawless. So is Grecius, but yeah, Bellum 1 is my favourite. Alright, next up we have this little fucker. Ultima, I almost said B then, I don't know why it's called. Ultima Thule by Blut aus Nord. What a fucking masterpiece this is. This is the iciest cold album I've ever heard in my entire life. Some people have it low. They're wrong. This is the best. I do like the more spacey stuff like Hallucinogen and Disharmonium, but Ultima Thule just hits me where it hits me in the heart again. And I love my icy cold stuff. I love my pagan stuff, and this fits in with those. So yeah, Blut aus Nord. Great experimental band, but I like the more traditional stuff, so yeah, that's what it is. Again, more CDs out. Algalo Braid, Ashes Eidolon. Only like 4 songs on here and a bonus track, but they are masterful. This is for fans of like Called and Brood. Same members. Fans of like Called and Brood, Summoning, Nocturnal Mortum, stuff like that. Can't fucking go wrong with it. It's a masterpiece. I love it to pieces. Next up is an album that's going to be delivered to me very soon. I should have waited, but yeah, it'll be here in a couple of days. Darkspace with Darkspace 3. Into the Cosmos, evil, eerie. This is like a soundtrack to Dead Space. That's how I would describe this music. Unsettling, weird noises, creepy. It does feel very just nightmare fuel. If that sounds good to you, for a good night's sleep, check out Darkspace 3. Next up, we're going to talk about Summoning. I've mentioned them loads of times, and here they are. Stronghold was my favourite for a long time, but Old Morning's Dawn has passed that just for the fact it has that forest nature, pagan aesthetic. All the others are a lot more epic, but this one is like in the forests, and I just like that more. Of Pale White Morns and Darkened Eves, Old Morning's Dawn. That song just is the best melody, and that's probably one of my favourite black metal songs of all fucking time. Just is. Catchy, melodic, fucking love it. What we got next? Lunar Poetry. And I managed to find an album for that, which is again coming with my Darkspace album in a couple of days. We'll do a CD update for you fuckers. Yeah, Lunar Poetry by Nocturnal Mortum. You can see a Nocturnal Mortum album right there. Very. Yeah, I love it. One of the best bands around. Again, folky, pagan, got the forest atmosphere, but Lunar Poetry is more on the icy cold side, kind of like Ultima Thule. Masterpiece of a band, masterpiece of an album, and it has to make it. It has to fucking make it. Next up, wow, I've only got 2 left. That can't be right. No, I got 3 left. So, coming in at number 3, we have Mare Cognitum and Spectral Law Split. Wanderers, Astrology of the fucking 9. Holy shitballs. I love this. This is like 2 hours, 3 hours album. Each song is a planet. This is the newest one on this list. You know, you got Spectral Law doing Mercury, Mare Cognitum doing Mars, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune. It just goes through all of them. It's a massive journey, massive trip, massive undertaking, and it's one of the most ambitious and crazy fucking albums I've ever heard in my entire life. And I love it. If I was going to put a Megacognitum album, it would be Solar Paroxysm. Love it. Very good new one. Phobos Monolith's good as well. Kind of annoyed I didn't, but there you go. There's my recommendation. 101 then. Second place goes to arntor. Wasn't even my number one on the ranking. I had 1184, which is over there, but this has risen and risen and risen and risen and risen and risen and risen like a pedo at a playground to almost my top spot, you know, for the whole fucking black metal, the whole of black metal, not just the top of the whole ranking for windir, but yeah, Valfar is a genius. Just the yahoos. It brings a smile to my face every time. Arntor Warrior is literally the greatest black metal song ever made. And there we go. Fans of my channel know what number one's going to be. Those who don't, I guess this is a surprise to you. I've mentioned them in passing. Wing wing, winner winner chicken dinner. Drudkh, Blood in Our Fucking Wells. Masterpiece of an album. Masterpiece. It's just flawless for all the gods. Solitude, Eternity, Ukrainian Surgeon Army. Every single song on here is just fucking flawless. Like, it's literally... I can't say much more about it aside from flawless. Aside from a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, my favourite black metal album of all fucking time. So there we go. What a mammoth undertaking. 100 black metal albums by 100 different bands. With no Darkthrone, no Mayhem, no Emperor, no Enslave, no Gorgoroth, no fucking Cradle or Dimmu or Alcest or Algalo. Oh, how do you think I did? You think I did well? What would you put on this list? I want to know your thoughts down below of my list. And also, do your own top 10, because I could say 100 and that's going to be stupid on YouTube. Don't do that. Do top 10, top 5, even a top 2, whatever. Do your own down below, because I want to hear your guys' thoughts on what I've missed off and what you guys would put on your list. So, hopefully you had some fun with this video, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.